Evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2024, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 76 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Well-being. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
The blessings of Almighty, we shall continue today's commemorations. Today is commemorated as National BBQ Week, that is from May 27th to May 2nd in UK. This day or this week aim is to encourage more people to become BBQ masters as they spend outdoors and enjoy a meal with their loved ones. This popular American tradition has been given a British twist across the BBQ outlets and homes in the UK. The word barbecue is said to have come from the Caribbean word barbecue, a structure made of sticks used for cooking by the indigenous people of the Caribbean who are called Taino. Food was prepared over an indirect flame and placed to the side of above the fire. It resulted a charred and smoky flavor. The Spanish explorer who encountered this native cooking style around the 16th century adapted it and called it barbacoa. Traveling north to the US, the Spanish brought the technique along with them, and eventually cooking method made its way to different celebration colonies and later to different parts of the globe. It became so popular that in 1755 the word barbecue was entered into the Dictionary of English Language by Samuel Johnson. It was a convenient way to quickly, cheaply feed large groups of people at social events as political parties and weddings. By the 19th century, it was staple cooking method in the US, especially in southern states. In the UK, barbecuing is a fast cooking process done directly over high heat. Popular foods to throw on the BBQ. Vegetables and plant-based alternatives have also found their way on the British backyard BBQ, whether it be on a gas or charcoal-powered cooking source. It is the quality that produces for a delectable BBQ. Even more than a method of BBQ is also a social event. It brings people together for a celebration of food and friendship. That's something everyone can warm up. According to the BBQ website, there has been a rise in BBQ market that includes all fresco, eating and entertaining. In 1997, it was worth about $177 million, while in 2020 it was worth over $2 billion. Most hosts will say, just bring yourself. It's always polite not to show up empty handed to BBQ dessert or drinks. Will be very much appreciated. 3 out of 4 homes now own some kind of BBQ grill. That's probably why BBQ and in-home dining are now the UK's top summer home activity. Since the pineapple, then bush, then brushed is the succulent pineapple. Slice the pineapple, then brush these pieces with some honey or brown sugar. The juicy peach, whether you keep the skin or on or off, try drizzling yogurt on your peaches for a yummy dessert. The West style banana, leave the peel on your banana, cut one lengthwise, pour lemon juice and cinnamon sugar, and grill. The thirst quenching watermelon, grease your watermelon with some olive oil, sprinkle sugar crystals, and garnish it with fresh mint leaves. Brush each mango, the new cheek with oil, and finish with a squeeze of lime juice when done. So these are 5 fruits you can fire up on the BBQ. Today is also commemorated as Water Saving Week starting from May 27 to 31st in UK. It is an annual online event that aims to promote awareness of water-related concerns. The week-long campaign seeks to raise awareness about the need of reducing water waste to manage climate change, maintain our environment healthy, and assist local communities in thriving. The organization hopes to link people on how being water efficient may help communities and animals thrive, lower our carbon footprints, save money, and help keep the United Kingdom beautiful by sharing ideas, solutions, and associated issues. Water Saving Week isn't simply about regulations, devising long term policies. It is about each individual thinking more deliberately about how we can use water, appreciating it more, and moving to use it less. Water is necessary for the human survival and life in general. This inorganic, transparent, tasteless, odorless, and almost colorless chemical substance is the main component of the Earth's hydrosphere and the fluids of all known living species. A corpus of study in the domains of planetary science, astronomy, and astrobiology has focused on the origin of water on Earth. Earth is the only rocky planet known to contain seeds of liquid water on its surface, making it unusual among the solar system rocky planets. The population of our world is increasing. This means that there will be a larger need for water. Meanwhile, global warming is disrupting the water cycle, resulting in less fresh water, entertaining reservoirs, rivers, and aquifers. As a result, our planet is becoming more crowded with less easily available water to go around. The population of the UK is expected to grow from 6 crore 68,000. Sorry. Yeah, 6 crores 68 lakhs 50,000 to 7 crores 50 lakhs by 2050. And that's an additional 8 million people sharing our water supply. Based on the current average water use, our country would require 40 million ounces of water extra every day. However, water scarce regions in the UK do not have a surplus to meet the increased demand. Everyone will have to use less water. There is enough to go around. The way people in the United Kingdom utilize water has evolved dramatically during the last 50 years. Individuals consume around 2,705 ounces of water per day in the 1960s. The amount peaked at 5,072 ounces in the recent decade. The UK average has now slipped back to roughly 4,733 ounces. So the idea of water conservation becomes fashionable in the United States. Until then, the North American frontier has supplied seemingly unlimited natural resources, including ample fresh water in the 1800s. After a cholera outbreak killed thousands of people in Europe and the United States, scientists just begins to understand the hazards of tiny germs in sewage polluted water, thus starting for conservation in 1830. So actual rates increased significantly and independent analysis show that cost of providing water in the United Kingdom is greater than in the most major EU nations. First celebration of Water Saving Week was organized by Water Wise, a non-profit UK NGO dedicates to lowering water use in the United Kingdom, examines the critical relationship between climate change and water efficiency. So growing global populations and economies impose further strain on already depleting water resources. Pollutants such as agriculture runoff render our water unfit for human consumption. Water shortage is driving up costs, therefore there is more regulation and rivalry among stakeholders, leaving those without money and without water. So much of this water is recycled over millions of years between the inside of Earth, the seas and rivers, and the atmosphere. Because of this cycle process, fresh water is continually made available to the Earth's surface where we all reside. So some of the waterways we waste water daily include not turning off the faucet when brushing our teeth, shaving leaks, and washing cars with fresh water. We utilize around 27% of water for bathing and toilet use. Water conservation saves money. Installing basic technologies like water saving taps and showers could save both water and energy by reducing the usage of hot water. Reduce shower duration by 1 minute every day to help save $240 million on the United Kingdom's annual energy expenditures. Because a family of four might consume more than 16,900 ounces of water every day, on average 4,800 ounces per person. If you have taken water efficiency seriously by installing simple gadgets like a water saving dual flush toilet or kitchen faucet, share your experience on social media with hashtag water saving. Here's a water saving week that is both inspiring and educational. The United Nations recognized the human right to water and sanitation, which means that everyone has the right to enough continuous, safe, acceptable, and cheap water. Although the world is commonly referred as a blue planet, less than 1% of the water on the planet is usable fresh water. Every drop matters. A dripping tap that leaks one drop every second may squander almost 2,985 gallons each year. The average amount of water consumed per person per day in England and Wales is 4,800 ounces and 5,500 ounces in Scotland and 4,900 ounces in Northern Ireland. The human brain is composed of around 73% water, as is our body. Our usage of water and energy is inextricably intertwined. The use of hot water in houses is a major source of emissions. It speaks to climate change. Half of the England's rivers are over abstracted, endangering aquatic ecosystems and biodiversity. Using water effectively involves reducing the number of additional water resources extracted from our resource and aquifers, which is especially important when demand rises. Firefighters, hospitals, street cleaners, health clubs, gyms, and restaurants all rely on vast volumes of water to offer community services. By reducing our water consumption, we can ensure that these services can continue to be supplied. Today is also commemorated as Cheese Rolling Gloucester in UK, also known as Cooper Hills Cheese Rolling and Wake is an annual event that usually held on the day of Spring Bank holiday at Cooper's Hill, Gloucestershire in the United Kingdom. The activity usually occurs on the last Monday in May that takes place on May 27th this year. For the cheese rolling and way, participants race down Cooper's Hill which is a 200-yard long hill following the rolling down of a round of double Gloucester cheese. The Gloucestershire cheese rolling was initially a tradition among residents of local village of Brockworth. However, now people all over the world take part in the activity. Today is also commemorated a Decoration Day in US. This year it will be celebrated on 27th, which is generally celebrated on last Monday of May. And it is an American holiday that honors the men and women who died while serving the US military. Nowadays, the celebration is known as Memorial Day, and it is originated in the years following the Civil War and became an official federal holiday in 1971. Visiting cemeteries or memorials, participating in parades, and holding family gatherings are the most common ways to celebrate this day. Today is also commemorated as National Cellophane Tape Day in US. It is celebrated on May 27th every year to commemorate the invention of one of the most practical things ever, that is cellophane tape. Cellophane tape is used for something that is very important for the world of today, to bring things together. And this day is celebrated to acknowledge the huge role that cellophane tape has played in our lives. Perhaps the most popular among stationery items. Its absence would surely have made our lives a lot harder. We can wrap gifts, do our crafts for class assignments and projects and so forth. Something useful deserves its own day. And that is why we have National Cellophane Tape Day. The invention of cellophane has been credited to Richard Gurley Drew. He began his career in 1920 at the 3M Company based in St. Paul, Minnesota. Here, Drew developed masking tape for automobiles in 1925. However, it was in 1929 that he got the idea of using the then recently invented cellophane to make tape. Cellophane is a moisture-proof substance that is used for wrapping grocery items and baked goods. Drew was looking to create a tape made of cellophane that would seal packaging and at the same time blend it without being visible. So cellophane tape was originally named Scotch cellulose tape. Then it was renamed to Scotch transparent tape. It received the name Scotch when a body shop painter, while testing the tape, yelled in frustration, "Take this tape back to those Scotch bosses of yours and tell them to put more adhesive on it." So cellophane tape was revealed to the public and its marketing began on January 31st, 1930. It was patented the same year on May 27th. So this day thus has been chosen as National Cellophane Tape Day. Today is also commemorated as National Grape Popsicle Day in US. To celebrate the grape popsicles as well as the discovery of popsicle itself, people all around the US celebrate the day by making homemade grape popsicles. While the day is dedicated to grape popsicles, you can make them in any flavor like lemon, strawberry, watermelon, orange, cherry, and more. Invented by accident in 1905 in California, popsicles are one of the most popular frozen treats in the US. People celebrate this day by sharing grape popsicles and other varieties of popsicles. So hope you are aware of the popsicle is an ice cream with that wooden stick where we buy and consume by holding the stick. So today is also commemorated as National Grey Day in US. This day is observed throughout the country as part of observances of National Brain Cancer Awareness Month. National Grey Day encourages everyone to remember those who lost to brain cancer, celebrate those who survived and support those who are enduring the pain and hardships of brain cancer. The day is organized by Voices Against Brain Cancer, which aims to host events throughout the country to raise awareness about brain cancer and advance research towards a cure for the disease. National Grey Day is organized by Voices Against Brain Cancer and is observed on May 27 throughout the country. The day is part of annual observances of National Brain Cancer Awareness Month. Several events are organized across the country to acknowledge those suffering from brain tumors as well as those who have survived them. The events are geared towards spreading information about brain cancer to encourage early diagnosis and raise funds for research towards a cure. Brain cancer causes the growth of malignant brain tumors. These tumors occur due to formation of abnormal cells which may begin in the brain or spread from other parts of the body to brain. The primary symptoms of brain tumors include headaches, vomiting, seizures, mental changes, problems with vision, periods of unconsciousness, difficulty with motor movement, sensations, or difficulty with talking. However, these symptoms can be ascribed to a multitude of illnesses, making brain tumors hard to diagnose. Additional complications include difficulty of scanning the brain because most imaging devices are disrupted by the blood-brain barrier. So research for a cure for brain cancer is underway. Treatments range from surgery and radiation therapy to chemotherapy. All these treatments come with complications. Surgery is preferred course of action, particularly when there is only one tumor that originated in the brain. However, multiple tumors that originated in other locations require radiation therapy or chemotherapy. So the symbol for the brain tumor is a gray ribbon worn on your clothing. Many brain tumors develop with no symptoms till their size causes a decline in person's health. Brain tumor headaches are a pressure type of headaches or sometimes sharp and stabbing, which gets worse at night or in the early morning. There are no known causes. The causes of brain tumors remain unknown, though exposure to ionizing radiation and inherited diseases increases a person's chances to develop tumors. Secondary tumors are more common that develop elsewhere and spread to the brain are 4 times as common as primary tumors. The second most common cancer in children are brain tumors, second to leukemia among cancers that occur in children. In Australia, the cost of having brain cancer is about $1.9 million, which is the highest among all types of cancers, and the lifetime cost is quite significant. The average 5-year survival rate among people with brain cancer is about 36%. That is not great. We think that people with brain cancer are very brave to go through all the pain and difficulties of the disease and treatment. We want to help them and support them. So we feel for the people with brain cancer. We want to help find a cure. We think that it is terrible that there is no cure for such a devastating disease. We want to donate to the cause and support all those working to find a cure. People have lost their loved ones or have to watch their loved ones suffer because of brain cancer. We want to support and help these families so that they know they are not alone. Today is also commemorated as National Hairstylist Mental Health Day, Awareness Day. Hairstylists offer more than a cut or color. They offer a sympathetic ear as their customers opens up their problems. National Hairstylist Mental Awareness Day on May 27 ensure that hairstylists are being heard and they have a safe space to talk about their problems. A safe space similar to one that they so often provide for others. This day was created by Booksy, the app that helps thousands of beauty and health service providers grow their business as a way of raising awareness of just how much hairstylists take on during their working day and the importance that they too are given the opportunity to talk about their problems. Customers regularly reveal their personal struggles to their hairstylist. One often quoted researcher once stated that hairstylists are without question frequently and seriously cast in the role of interpersonal helpers. The personal problems they hear about are nearly as diverse as those handled by mental health professionals. Recently, as our understanding of mental health has developed, health professionals have begun to see the potential that the unique relationship between hairstylists and their customers offers. Some countries now offer specialist training to hairstylists so that they can help customers who they think may be struggling with their mental health. Today is also commemorated as National Sunscreen Day in US, which is a perfect time to recognize danger that comes with going to the beach, the lake, and even the backyard. These and other traditional sunbathing spots considered harmless in the past now carry a yellow flag of warning against skin cancer and all other ill effects of the sun's ultraviolet rays. On National Sunscreen Day, which is part of National Safe Sun Week, rub and observe that lotion, cream, or spray before enjoying the warmth and light of summer. The higher the sun protection factor in your product, the better chances are, if you don't know, the right balance of SPF is to protect yourself and still get the tan you want. A friend will, if they ask why, just say don't fly. Believe it or not, ask a boomer or a Gen Xer, even up to the 1980s, there were dozens, if not hundreds, of bronzers and suntan lotions on the market that not only didn't block UV rays before they hit your skin, but they were designed to enhance the sun's effect, granting a deep tan in the shortest amount of time possible, attributed to a thicker ozone layer back then or a simple lack of scientific knowledge that there was no buzz at all surrounding the acronym SPF. So, easily enough to guess, sunscreen is the number one weapon in the battle against UV caused skin cancers. If you have to get the golden tan, make sure to consistently apply an SPF 30 or comparable product. Today is also commemorated as Nothing to Fear Day in US. President Franklin, on this day in 1941, declared that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Fear is a natural and necessary survival response. However, it can be also a negative emotion when it causes us to act irrational. When we let fear rule our lives, we see things differently, become more cautious and timid, or overreact to circumstances the ways that are potentially dangerous to ourselves and others. Nothing to Fear Day is a time to evaluate ourselves and identify where our fears are. It drives us to do things that keep us from being the best version of ourselves. Today is also commemorated as Old Time Player Piano Day in the US. Taking place in the US, it shows appreciation for the fun musical instrument. An old-time player piano is simply an unusual type of piano that plays by itself. Player pianos are also known as pianolas. Old-time player pianos read notes from the tiny perforations or rolls of paper. The rolls are changed to allow the piano to play different songs. Suction powers the pianos as 2 foot pedals are pumped by a pianist. The pianist can now use levers to affect the sound. It is also commemorated as Prayer for Peace Memorial Day in US, which is dedicated to all men and women in the US military who died fighting for every American's freedom and the whole nation's peace, unity, and honor. This day originated years after the American Civil War and became an official holiday in 1970. It's a day for every American to pray for peace, visit cemeteries and memorials, hold family gatherings, or participate in parades to commemorate the national heroes who lost their lives in service. Today is also commemorated as Slavery Abolition Day in Guadeloupe, which takes place every year on May 27th. This day extends to other Caribbean nations once colonized by Europeans who were notorious for enslaving indigenous people and subjecting them to unspeakable atrocities. On Slavery Abolition Day, citizens attempt to confront their past, those subjugated by serfdom or other forms of involuntary servitude also mark this important day. The day reminds us of humanity's cruel history and our efforts to ensure that it doesn't repeat itself. Today is also commemorated as Spring Bank Holiday in UK, which is celebrated on last Monday in May each year. It is just a day off of the general population, and most businesses and educational institutions are closed. Even public transport systems run as per holiday timetable. So with this, we shall conclude today's commemorations. We thank everyone for joining us on this wonderful commemorations. So see you all tomorrow at the same time, the same link at 6 p.m. for different commemorations. And the feedback form has been raised in the form of polls. We request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form. And there are upcoming seminars and conferences which are being scheduled on 31st of May and also from 1st to 9th June. So you can visit the website and you can register. You can find the registration links there and you can prepare and present on various topics. So thank you once again, everyone, for joining us. See you all tomorrow at the same time, 6 p.m. with the same joining link with different commemorations. Take care. Good night.